Hi everybody, Cece here, and a couple weeks ago I received a comment from Sugary Pink Princess asking if I have ever had any hair straightening treatment, and I have. So today I thought I would actually talk about my experience getting Japanese hair straightening treatments, which I have been getting done for the last 6 years. Now, if you follow me on Instagram, you may have noticed that for the last 6 years my hair has been growing and growing and growing. And that is because of these hair straightening treatments. It might seem the opposite at first because you're getting these chemicals put on your hair that are quite damaging. But because of what I was doing to my hair before these treatments, it has actually made it a lot healthier getting this done despite the chemicals. So I will show you all a couple pictures of my natural hair. It's actually really hard to find pictures of my natural hair from when I'm an adult because kids' hair is different. Mine was a lot thinner, lighter and wavier. But as I got older, it turned curlier, frizzier, and darker. The frizziness is pretty much due to the fact that I did not know anything about curly hair. My dad has curly hair, but he doesn't have a hair care routine. And my mum has curly hair who has always struggled with frizz because I feel like she just doesn't put enough effort into figuring out the curls, and so she couldn't teach that to me because she didn't know, and therefore I didn't know how to handle curly hair either. I was always having to deal with very frizzy hair because I was brushing my curls out, and yeah, I didn't know you weren't supposed to do that. So every week I would straighten the life out of it with my hair straightener, and then just hope that it didn't rain and hope that it wasn't humid because otherwise it would go. So I thought about it for a while, and in 2018 I decided to chop off all the dead bits of my hair because for all of that time before I was bleaching it, I was trying to dye it pink, I was doing a whole bunch of experiments with it, and I decided to commit to my natural hair but destroy the curl, the natural hair colour, but straight. So I found out through, I think it was Rachel and June, that there is a thing called Japanese hair straightening, and it's different to like a keratin treatment, which keratin treatment just kind of puts some like product on your hair that helps tame frizz, but it doesn't quite last forever. It doesn't change the structure of your hair. Whereas Japanese hair straightening, the chemicals alter like the molecular structure of your hair, so they completely get rid of the curl. So once you've put this chemical on and the treatment is done, that hair is forever straight. Now obviously, because hair grows from your roots out, as it grows, your curls will grow back, and that's why every 6 months you tend to get touch-ups and you get the roots straightened again. Now because before I got this treatment, I was straightening it every week and I was dyeing it, I was bleaching it, I was never able to grow it pretty much anywhere past like here. And I've always wanted really long hair. Like, it's definitely getting to the point where I'm like, oh my god, what do I do with it? But I'm going to keep growing it for a little bit. I do need to give it a trim, which I think I might do as a YouTube video because I don't want to pay $70 for a haircut. It's so long, I'm sure I can do it myself. I've cut my bangs before, I've cut my little bits before, so we'll figure that out one day. I think that day is going to come soon, but I do want to keep growing it. It's starting to get a bit dry on the ends. So since I've been getting these treatments, my hair care routine has totally changed. It just saves so much time. Like, I would have so many insecure days because my hair just wasn't working out. It was frizzy, the curls looked gross, I slept on it funny, and therefore like one side was out here and one side was out here. I would delay washing my hair because I had spent so much time straightening it. I was like, just one more day of straight hair. Because then if I washed it again, then I have to dry it, then I have to straighten it all over again. And I did know how damaging it was. I was always using heat protectant, but that in combination with the bleach was such a mess. And now since then, literally all I do when I wash my hair is I get out, put it up in a towel thingy, put some products on it, and then I let it air dry, or if I'm in a hurry, I'll do a little blow dry, but this is how it air dries. It air dries perfectly straight. And I do have a lot of hair, and let me tell you, it has really, honestly, it's saved so much time. It's made me a lot more confident, just because I feel like I can go out, it's windy, I can just like, fix my hair and I'm not worried about how it looks. I can get rained on and it would dry perfectly fine, it won't get ruined. And yeah, it's just grown a lot longer, which is a lot of fun. So the actual process does take around 3 to 4 hours, kind of depends if you're getting a treatment as well and a haircut too. I would say on average it's 4 hours, but if you're just getting the hair straightening treatment, maybe 3 hours. So basically, you come in, they wash your hair, and then they come and apply the treatment all over your hair. So when I first started, my hair was about this long. So they put it on all of my hair, they leave it for a certain amount of time, and then you go and wash it off. Then you come back and they blow dry your hair, and then they straighten the ever-living shit out of it. They put so much heat on your hair and they straighten everything, like every single strand. They do the tiniest little bits, like this at a time, so that they don't miss anything. Then after that, they put more stuff on your hair, like setting treatment or something like that, and you leave it for another amount of time, like 40 minutes, around that. The product does stink, but that is kind of common for any hairdressing chemicals, and you get used to it in the end. But while you're sitting there, I just read books and read, and then plug my phone in, because I've been on that too much as well. And then make sure you remember your charger, because if you forget your charger, it's always a very, very sad and boring time when you're trying to preserve your battery life and you're only 2 hours in. And then, last of all, they wash off the product again and they blow dry your hair, and it is perfectly straight. And it's as easy as that. It just takes a lot of time. And then for the first about 24 hours, you keep it dry. You avoid styling your hair in any way. Don't tuck it behind your ears, because you want to make sure it stays as straight as possible. And then these are the results. Every time you go in for the touch-ups, they will only do the roots, unless, I think one time my hair was really being stubborn for some reason. It just was a bit wavy and it wasn't curly. So they had to apply a little bit more product, but most times you should only have to get the roots touched up, which keeps the price pretty similar each time. It's about every 6 months, this much regrowth, and then you get it done. It's about, $300. They can charge $50, $60, $70 extra for treatments, and then of course an extra $70 or $80 if you want to get a haircut. So it does work out each time to be anywhere between $350 to $450 every 6 months. Now, there was a time when I did go over 6 months without getting it done. That was during COVID era, favorite time ever, yay. And my regrowth was quite long. It got about down to here before I managed to get it done. I think that was a year's worth of growth. And it was really annoying, because I was at the point where I would wash my hair and dry it, and I had these stupid little curlies here, and then just straight everywhere else. I think I have some footage that I can put up of what was going on there. And so when I dry my hair, I then have to go and just straighten the roots, which was also super annoying. But I will have to do that if I ever decide to grow my curls out, because I have been thinking about it a little bit. Just because it's been 6 years of having pin straight hair, and now that I've learned a bit more online about how to have curly hair, and it's trial and error, and you have to do different products, and you have to have diffuser, and you use a gel cast, and then you crunch it. I've been researching. So I'm wondering if I should try and have curly hair again. But it honestly would be such a journey, because to grow my hair this long, it's taken 6 years, from here to here, including cuts. But I just don't want it to be short again. So if I was growing my curls out, I'd have to honestly just straighten the roots for 8 years until I grow all of this out, and then I can cut it off. Or I could just grow it out for 2 years and then get a bob cut again, but I don't want a bob cut. I don't know. I just feel like this is probably the best time in my life where I can grow my hair and really just see how long it can get. So I don't know, let me know, do you think I should try curly again, or should I just keep going, getting it straightened and seeing how far we can go? Because it's quite expensive each year, $700 a year just to maintain my hair, or I think it is $800 now with inflation. But it really has made life so much more convenient for me. Just the time saving, confidence, I've already said it all. But now let's talk about the disadvantages of getting this done. 1, expensive. 2, time consuming. 3, and this is one that would probably affect most people that like styling their hair, there's just not many options anymore. You can curl it with heat and get a curl to stay, but you need a lot of hairspray to get it last for a long time. And even then, it kind of would just fall out into loose waves in my experience, also because of the length. Obviously, it's going to weigh it down a lot. So if it's shorter, you might be able to hold some curls for longer, but at the end of the day, they're not going to last for that long. just because your hair is designed now to go back to its new natural state of super duper straight. And obviously as well is that your hair is a bit damaged from the chemicals, so you should be doing treatments on it and you shouldn't be using too much heat. And then you can always try heatless curls, which I do, and I find that they do work pretty well as long as you have slightly damp hair when you put it up and then sleep in it, and then the next day you can take them out. But they will again fall into like more curly waves, which does look pretty, but then it's so uncomfortable sleeping in heatless curls. So I don't know, I tend to just honestly wear my hair straight because that's the easiest way to do it. I can always have it in pigtails, I can still plait it, I can still style it any way I want except no curls. And then the last con in my perspective is honestly just the fact it's permanent, which is the biggest pro as well, because you just don't have to worry, which makes it so convenient for, you know, today when I just want to brush my hair and run out of the house. But when you think about ever getting curly hair again, it's gonna be a journey, and I think I will decide on it at some point. I don't know if it'll be now. I'm almost due for a touch-up. It's been 4 months, so a couple more months and I'll be due. I'm like, oh, I don't know, do I get it done before I go on holiday so that I have fresh hair? Or do I start my journey of trying to grow out my curls again? I don't know. Now, I'll try and get some footage close up of what the curls look like growing back, because I should have some regrowth. I do feel it. You kind of can feel a difference in texture between the straight hair and the curly hair. It's a lot more coarse. So I'll put a close up here if I can get any on the camera. And I think that's it. So I've talked about pros, cons, price, process. Yeah, I think that's it. If I did miss anything, let me know. I didn't do extensive planning for this video because I kind of like to be on the spot, but then that also means that sometimes I forget to mention obvious things. So I'm always happy to answer questions in the comments below, and let me know if you're interested in getting this treatment, if you've had it done before, if you've regretted it. And I will see you all in my next video, and I think I might try and cut my hair. It might not be the next one, but it might be coming up. So I will see you all whenever the next video is. Bye bye.
Oh yeah. Subscribe.